So let me ask you a question. Are your investments at risk? We all make investments and none of us want our investments to fail. But sadly, most of us in America today are putting our very own investments at risk. We're not doing it intentionally. It's not something we're thinking about, but our investments are at risk, and that's not a good thing. In fact, there's an investment that most of us are not making that would protect and enhance all our other investments. We make investments all the time, like our education. Probably one of the most obvious places we lay a chunk of change is in our career and our education for that career. The average college education today is somewhere between $80,000 and $100,000. That's not taking into consideration private school and those things. And when we graduate with the assumption that we're going to get a great job and our career will be launched. One of the most trending topics today is in the area of health and fitness. We invest in our health and fitness. You don't have to look very far to see another gym popping up on another corner in America. And the average gym membership today is right at $58 a month. You pay $70 to $100 an hour for a personal trainer. And then when you take into consideration the health and nutrition side of things, check this out. Americans spend between $68 and $70 billion a year. That was billion with a B. $68 to $70 billion annually on weight loss. We take into consideration our health and our fitness, and we invest. I mean, people are investing in their health and fitness. Entertainment and hobbies aren't cheap. We spend approximately $3,000 to $5,000 per person per year on our entertainment and our hobbies. Just, take up golf, and you're going to drop a chunk of change on your hobby. And then when we turn to relationships and take a look at people and the way they invest in their relationships, most of us invest in our relationship on a wedding day, and it typically ends there. The average wedding in America today costs $32,000. That's $32,000 is the average cost for a wedding in America, and that's for a one-day extraordinary event. We pour money into that day. We pour money into our vacations. We pour money into all kinds of areas in life. Think about this now. After we've spent the $32,000 on the wedding, if you follow the statistics through, 8.2 years later, 50% of those weddings end in divorce, and the average divorce in America is $15,000. Here in the state of New Mexico, where I live, it's $10,700 is the average divorce. We invest in all kinds of things, but like I said earlier, there is one investment that adds a layer of protection to all your other investments, and it's the one investment that most people don't make. It's an investment in your relational development. Think about this for a moment. What is affected by relational problems? If you're having problems at home, and you and your spouse are in conflict, what does that affect? Do you show up your best self at work the next morning? You get into an argument and tussle with your spouse. What's your frame of mind on your job? You see, relational problems don't just affect each other. They affect your work life. They affect your stress, which affects your health. Your stress is directly related to health and problems. Your relationship affects your job. It affects your career. It affects your finance. It affects your parenting. It affects your health. All aspects of your life are affected by your relationship. Let me ask you a question. What if you approached your relational health in the same manner that you approached all your other investments? And you started investing in developing your relationships. Just think about this one aspect of your relationship. Communication. Communication skills are a core foundational skill in relationships. In fact, statistics show that it is the one thing that is reported for divorce. The number one thing that people get a divorce over is communication problems. Many will say it was financial problems or it was intimacy problems, or they'll put a lot of other things on it, but the bottom line is it was communication about those issues that really drove the nail in the coffin. What would happen if you invested in that one aspect of your relationship and you developed communication skills? What would that affect? Statistics show now that if you have great communication skills, you're the one getting the job. You put those communication skills into a job interview and you're the one getting the job. You apply those relation skills on the job and you're the one getting the promotion and the raises. So now the communication skills that you learned for your marriage and your relationship have a ripple effect and impact your career, your finances, and those other areas of your life. What if you were to secure a coach and invest in your relational development? You would perform better on your job. You'd have more enjoyment in your hobbies. You would have less stress and better health. You'd be a better parent. Your entire life would be positively impacted by the simple investment in your personal relational development. Jim was a very successful businessman. On the outside, he looked like he had it all made. He had a beautiful wife, 2 kids, and a dog, nice home, 2 nice cars, toys in the garage, gym membership, retirement plan. As the relationship was turning uglier and uglier, Jim's stress level increased. Trying to keep the appearance that everything was fine, Jim was developing an ulcer. He found himself very distracted at work and it was starting to show. His performance was slipping, his sales were down, and his job was at risk. Everything he had worked so hard for was now slipping away. Why? Because of the problems at home. As a coach, nothing is greater than to hear a client say, I couldn't wait to get here today. I knew you guys would help me see something differently. What would it be worth to you to invest in your marriage and your relationship? Would it change your attitude at work? Would it change things with your children? What would it take for you to step up to the next level and protect the investments that you've worked so hard for? We want to encourage you to reach out for coaching. Check us out on our Facebook page. Check us out online. Go to extraomarriage.com or extraocoaching.com and check into taking your relationship investment to a whole new level. I think when you're all done, you'll be glad you did because it'll impact every area of your life. Now go live intentionally, love on purpose, and be extraordinary. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining us today.
Check out our website with resources to help grow your relationship at extraomarriage.com.
That's xtraomarriage.com. Like our Facebook page and share our content with your friends on social media.
Make a decide and set your intention for an extraordinary marriage. Start today.